Okay, friends, so this is session 21. Don't go by the sequence. It may be session 14 or 15 because I have to adjust it in the agenda. The topic is user stories. So, agenda of the session is Scrum versus Waterfall difference, requirement are communication problems. So, we need to understand that. What is a user story? The three parts of a user story card, the three C's of a good user story. User story description template, user story description, some more details on user stories, definition of done, product backlog design, business priority, time versus relative complexity, velocity in Scrum, 5 levels of agile planning, invest in good user stories, and the summary. So, Scrum versus Waterfall, the first thing. This is a broad understanding of the two model. In Waterfall, what you see is requirement analysis phase, then design phase, then code or unit test or debug, testing and debugging phase, then subsystem testing phase, and finally system testing phase, and then implementation and all. Broadly, these are the 5 phases or 5 steps in waterfall approach. In iterative, because Scrum is iterative approach, what we do in iterative or Scrum, we start with iteration 1 and we deliver some features, some user stories. Let's say we deliver 3 features, so we implement 3 features. So 3 features implemented, installed. Then iteration 2, we implement 3 more features. So our product is growing slowly after every iteration. Iteration 3, 4, 5, 6. So by the time we reach to 6th iteration, for example, we implement all 25 features and we deliver all the 25 features. So in a way, it's a continuous delivery, consistent delivery, adding value to every iteration. This is the broad difference between waterfall and Scrum. Requirements are communication problem. Written requirements can be well thought through, reviewed and edited. Written requirements provide a permanent record. Written requirements are easily shared with groups of people, but they are time consuming to produce, may be less relevant or superseded over time, can be easily misinterpreted. These are the pros and cons, everything. So you should look at the positive point as well as the negative point of written requirements, which happened in waterfall, V model and other models. Verbal requirements, as we know, we value more on face-to-face communication in Scrum and Agile methodology. So verbal requirements, instantaneous feedback and clarification, that's a good part of it. Information packed exchange, because when you start exchanging, you are not choosing sentences, you are discussing as thinking, as thoughts are coming to your mind. Easier to clarify and gain common understanding. Easily adapted to any new information known at the time. Can spark ideas about problems and opportunities. So these are advantages of verbal communication. So you should understand the problems, pros and cons of these requirement taking methods. that will help you. What is a user story? User story is a concise written description of a piece of functionality that will be valuable to a user or owner of the software. Definition: stories are users' needs, product descriptions, planning items, token for a conversation, and mechanism for deferring conversations. Stories can be any of these. Now, three parts of a user story card. User stories are generally written on cards like play cards, a small rectangular shaped card, or a notepad, you can say that. And there are three parts of that card. That card should have a description, the written description of the user story for planning purpose and as a reminder. The card should have a conversation, the section for capturing further information about the user story and details of any conversation. And the card should have confirmation, a section to convey what test will be carried out to confirm the user story is complete and working as expected. That means when you write a user story on a card, you should look at these three aspects: description, conversation, and confirmation. We'll understand each one of them in detail. 3 C's of a good user story. First is the card, as I said. The card is the topic of the backlog item, the high level description of the desired system behavior. That is what should be there on the card. The conversation: detailed requirements are only discovered after backlog item has been pulled into a sprint. This is a dialogue between the product owner and the development team. The confirmation: the criteria that uses the backlog item was completed to the specifications of the product owner. The customer will evaluate the completed backlog item against the acceptance criteria or the done criteria, and if all the tests pass, approve the backlog item by the end of the sprint. That is the confirmation. These are most important 3 C's of a good user story. How to write a user story? What is the template of the user story? User story should be written like as a, now here in the fill in the blank you will write the role or the user, the profile. As a role, I would like to, now this is the feature functionality, I want to implement this, so that now you give the justification or reason why you want this to be implemented. To understand this template, look at these 4 examples that will help you in understanding this example, this template. For example, as a registered user, I would like to log in so that I can access subscriber only content from the website. Now simple, that means it is asking for a functionality login criteria or a user section where the user should be able to log in. That is the criteria. So this functionality is the outcome, should be the outcome of this user story. Same way, another story, as an end user, I want to be able to upload my picture to my profile so that my profile page look cool. Now again this is asking for a functionality to be developed for any user to be able to upload their picture. Another story, as a salesperson, I want to see statistics of my performance in graphical charts so that I monitor my performance. Now here it is a role, salesperson, and functionality is statistics for the performance in graphical charts. Why? To monitor the performance. So this story also tells to implement a functionality. Same way, administrator again is a role. As an administrator, I want to have database backups so that I won't be able to I won't be in a big trouble if something unexpected happens. Again a role, a functionality and the region. So you look at three aspects of any user story. This is the story template. Now let's go one by one. User story description starts with the title. Add a concise description using the template. Add other relevant notes, specifications or sketches on the card. Before building software, write the acceptance criteria, which will help us. How do we know whether we have done or not? We need to write that also, done criteria. How detailed should be a user story? It should be detailed enough for the team to start working from, to establish further details and clarifications at the time of development. And when we write user story for Scrum, we need to separate the separation of the user or customer types goals. User story does not define any detail of the implementation. Every user story needs a definition of done, that is acceptance criteria, that is mandatory. What is definition of done? Definition of done must describe exactly what done means. Careful attention must be paid when defining the definition of done. The Scrum team must challenge the definition of done if necessary. What's not in definition of done is not needed. Item is either done or not done. Example, the story is picture upload. Now definition of done, the end user can upload his or her picture from profile setting page. The picture is shown on the left upper corner of the profile page. The picture is scaled to fit in the profile picture box on the profile page. The functional tests are passed, the regression tests are passed, design documents are updated and the user guide is updated on how the picture should be uploaded. This is example of definition of done for a story picture upload. It does not provide or give any details of the implementation. It's only what should be done, what is the takeaway once this story is implemented. Product backlog design. All possible system features are captured in a stack rank ordered list called the product backlog, as we have discussed earlier also. And we need to decide the priorities of these features, low priority, high priority features. New features can be added at the backlog at any time. The feature in the backlog have a gross estimate of effort and a value or a value. Now look at this figure or picture in the slide, we have features from low priority to high priority. Each sprint implement the highest priority features. Each new feature is prioritized and added to the stack. Features may be reprioritized at any time, and features may be removed anytime. This is what the backlog is and how the backlog should be prepared. Priority, as I was talking about, and these are the user stories. Like you can see the cards here in this figure. So this way you get the cards, and we need to set the priority. Business priority. We all know the business has 3 points ranking scale for priority of backlog items: high priority, really high priority, or really high priority. When you say high priority, the business needs to use tools to help them understand that not everything can be of the highest priority. With the understanding that we would not be doing the work if it were not important, which item have the greatest urgency, can we arrange them to high, medium or low categories? Agile customers or product owners prioritize storage in the backlog. A collection of storage for a software product is referred to as the product backlog, as I discussed earlier, and the backlog is prioritized so that most valuable items have the highest priorities, as I planned and as I stated earlier. Time versus relative complexity. Now this is a scenario for you people. Let's paint a room. How many hours will it take? Think of an answer, and I'm sure all of you have different answers. Why all of you have different answers? Have you, any of you, painted before? Probably no. So then how can you check it? Probably if you painted a corner of a table even, or some part of the furniture or something, then you should compare that, and then what you do is your mind works and you calculate relatively. So compared to something else, you have done painted, not necessarily a room. Would it be easier to determine how difficult it would be to paint the room? Yes, it will be easier, because when you have done it earlier, then it will be easier for you to compare it. If you compared it, with something which you have done earlier, then it is easier to reach the consensus. Velocity in Scrum. Velocity is the rate at which team can produce working software. Velocity is measured in non-time referent terms, for example story points per sprint. More accurately stated, it is measured in terms of stabilized number of story points a team can deliver per sprint of a given length and with a given definition of done. It is used for estimation and planning. It can be artificially increased by cutting corners on the quality. Must have stabilized to be reliable. Should not be used as a measure of comparison across teams, and lean concept of limiting work of capacity. Let's look at with an example. A team is working in 2-week sprint on work that has estimated together. Team A has been working together for several sprints and consistently deliver between 8 to 23 points of working software every sprint. Now we would reasonably expect team A to deliver roughly 20 points per 2-week sprint, and so we consider that to be the team's velocity for planning purpose when we plan the user stories and the implementation or the burn down. If there are 8 2-week sprints in a release, then we can extrapolate that team A has the capability to deliver 160 points in a release, and that's what the velocity in and how it is calculated. Let's connecting the dots now. Size or complexity is estimated. A story is estimated to be 3 story points in a relative complexity, relative with other stories. If relatively it is more complex, then we give 3 story points to it. Velocity is measured like team A can deliver 20 story points in a 3-week sprint or 2-week sprint or 4-week sprint. Duration is derived based on team A's measured velocity of 20 story points per sprint. It will take team A 3 sprint to deliver 60 story points. So this is what the size or the complexity, velocity and duration. The 5 levels of agile planning. First is the product vision, the broadest level. Second is the product roadmap. Third is the release planning. Fourth is iteration planning. And fifth one is the daily planning. So these are the 5 levels of agile planning we do. Invest in good user stories. I for independent, N for negotiable, V for valuable, E for estimatable, S for small, T for testable. So independent. Our user story should be as independent as possible. Negotiable. A user story is not a contract. It is not a detailed specification. It is a reminder of features for of the team to discuss and collaborate to clarify the details near the time of development. Valuable. User stories should be valuable to the user of the solution. They should be written in a user language and they should be features, not tasks. Estimatable. User stories need to be possible to estimate. They need to provide enough information to estimate without being too detailed. Small. User story should be small, not too small and not too big. Testable. User story need to be worded in a way that is testable, that is not too subjective, and to provide clear details of how the user story will be tested. So that's all about user story. The summary, what we have learnt: the user story combined written and verbal communication supported with a picture wherever possible. User stories should describe features that are of value to the user, written in the user's language. User stories details just enough information and no more. Details are deferred and captured through collaboration just in time for the development. Test cases should be written before development when the user story is written, and the user story should be independent, negotiable, valuable, estimatable, small and testable. That's all for this session. Thank you very much.